Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 16.5 Outlook for Group Geo. My name is Sampath Ranasinghe. I'm the product manager for the group. Let's start with Gitlab silent mode. Gitlab silent mode suppresses outbound communications when enabled on a Gitlab instance. Outbound communications such as emails and integrations into things like Slack. So you might ask, what's the use case for Gitlab silent mode? Gitlab silent mode allows you to test your disaster recovery procedures and mechanisms, allowing you to either promote a geo secondary disaster recovery site and then perform your testing against that site, testing the integrity and your integrity of the data and your procedures for recovering from that. You can do a similar action with backup and restore as well. You restore a backup copy onto a new GitLab instance and put that instance into silent mode and start your testing without actually generating traffic towards your users. This has been a cross-stage effort with a number of groups helping us to get this completed. We're nearing the end of the journey here, which we've been on for a couple of milestones. So we're finishing off the UI elements in the 16.5 milestone with the outlook to GA this feature in this milestone. Next up is the backup enhancements. We have a number of backup tools from GitLab for targeting various different environments. Each backup tool has a different CLI, different capabilities as well. So one of the improvements we are looking to make in this milestone is to unify the backups into a single CLI. So whether that be a Linux package environment, a cloud native hybrid environment, or any one of our reference architectures, we will have a single CLI that supports this. It'll improve the overall experience for our customers, and also streamline that experience through a consistent interface. We'll also take a look at improving the scalability of backups by leveraging modern multi-core processes, specifically targeting the compression element of the backup. We will leverage a parallel compression algorithm to accelerate the compression component of backups, allowing the backups to complete faster. Next up is GAing runner acceleration. Today we already support accelerating remote users. So geo-secondary sites will serve a read request from remote users by using the data that's available locally on the site. However, we don't accelerate CI runners. What does accelerating CI runners provide in terms of enhancements to your setup? It allows the load from CI runners to be distributed. The load on the primary can now be distributed across multiple secondary sites. Those secondary sites can also be scaled up and down based on your requirement, and the CI runners will clone their data from those secondary sites, leaving the primary site to serve your users. We've been working on this feature for a couple of milestones. Again, we're getting close to getting this across the line, and we'll continue to work on this in this current milestone. Supporting sync all and verify all bulk actions for components is something that we already had supported for projects. In this milestone, we're going to make that available for all components through the self-service framework. We're essentially leveling up the self-service framework, making this action available to all the components. This helps users kick off these bulk actions. For example, we assume you made a large configuration change, and now you want to reset your synchronization or replication, or you want to re-verify all of the components all of the data that has been replicated to that secondary site. You can now do this through the UI instead of having to delve into the Rails console. monthly unique secondary site users for Git operations is a new metric that we want to introduce. We already have a metric that tracks unique monthly secondary users that use the web UI. However, we don't have a metric that tracks Git operations. So this feature will provide insight into how our customers use those secondary sites, particularly with respect to Git operations. We'll also go beyond just the users. Since we are looking to GA accelerator CI runners, we'll also add a metric to track CI runner acceleration as well. So the number of jobs that are accelerated by the secondary sites as well. Next, we proxying git fetch and clone over SSH via GitLab shell. In a previous recent milestone, we had changed the call flow for proxying git push requests to go over the GitLab shell. We've seen improvements in performance through that, but it's also helped us remove a number of limitations. So in order to consolidate behind the GitLab shell call flow, we are also moving the git fetch and clone operations to go over GitLab shell. And so this is the effort to have both pull and push operations, proxy operations, go through the GitLab shell. And then last but not least, we'll be undertaking a number of documentation improvements during this milestone. This will be a collective effort from amongst the Geo team. The Geo documentation needs some cleanup and updating, and there are several specific areas we want to add and update instructions for multi-node scenarios in particular. So we'll be tackling these as a group and looking to update the documentation over the next couple of milestones. That concludes the 16.5 outlook for Group Geo. I look forward to catching you next time. Thank you very much.